Hello, family. Please like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification button so you're notified when I post new content. Let's do it. Boosie Badass, one of my favorite rappers, has invited us all to join him at Club Side Effects in Birmingham this weekend on the 28th to celebrate his 39th birthday. And to be truthful, we were going to attend, but Boosie stated that he's performing only for 30 minutes and he's performing from a wheelchair. So we decided it's probably a better time to go see him, and that he still has to have one additional surgery due to complications from his diabetes. And we're wishing him the best and a quick recovery. And as I stated, Boosie is one of my favorite rappers, and over the years, Boosie has definitely earned his respect. So we wishing him a quick recovery and a great birthday bash celebration. So big props out to you, Bootsy, and hope everything goes fine for you. But he's giving his party at Club Side Effects in Birmingham, Alabama. So for all of those y'all that can make it, uh, Bootsy hopes to see y'all there, and I'm sure security will be in full effect. Now let's talk 21 Savage. 21 Savage. 21 every Most of us know about this situation, how it keeps bubbling and the fire keeps getting turned up a little more and a little more each day. Well, 600 Breezy has threatened Quando that if he perform that song, the last song, his last release, End of Story, live. Well, all of us know that his Quando's last shows have been canceled. I'm sure due to security reasons, because one of his last shows, Lil Durk bought all the tickets, which in itself says that's not going to be the safest show for him to perform at. Instead of tapping down the fire on the stove, Quando wants to keep raising the temperature on things, which is asinine. Asinine. Words have power. So, 600 Breezy dared him to perform End of Story live. But as it is to date, he doesn't have any shows to perform it because he keeps canceling the shows. So 600 Breezy told him, quit canceling the shows and I dare you to perform that song live. And there's been crickets from Quando's camp. So I'll keep you abreast on everything dealing with Quando and that set. But also another one of 600 Breezy was one of King Von's associates, close friend of King Von's. And also another associate of King Von's was, uh, what's his name? Topset. And he said yesterday that this situation is not quite over. And he's also a friend of King Von's. So, with everybody still on edge, somebody on either set needs to tap it down so that cooler heads can prevail. Because we've all seen this scenario play itself over and over again, and there's never any winners. There's deaths and there's prison. So all the families suffer, and there's no winners to these beefs. There's absolutely no winners. No winners. So let's hope that both sides can come to some kind of agreement to tap down all of this rhetoric. So, like I said, cooler heads will prevail. Because although you may have beef with particular rappers, death is not the answer. Beef is not the answer. Because when it's all said and done, most of these young artists don't own their masters. And the people that does and is putting money behind these beefs and this music, it's a win-win for them. They make more money if these artists are dead than if they're alive. And I stated that in a previous broadcast. And that's kind of sad. It's a real sad commentary. So it's I'm saying that to say that if the people with the money was to tell these rappers that I'm not putting any money behind these beefs or that rhetoric, you can best believe not one rapper would come into the room with a beef song or a diss song. So if your managing agencies are all right with this beefing and you putting your life on the line where you're trying to achieve success, you have to question yourself, is this person really acting in my best interest or their own? And I'm going to leave it at that. Now let's talk 21 Savage. 21 Savage. He's a British rapper. And last Sunday, his brother was stabbed to death. And as of to date, there's been no arrest for the murder of his brother Terrell Davis, Joseph. And it's kind of sad because Terrell was also a British rapper and on his way to stardom. And before he could even reach his prime and make a name for himself, he's already gone. And this family, I want to send our prayers out to his family, the Savage family, and Kings Von's family, and because 21 Savage just lost his brother Terrell Davis, aka TM1 Way, to violence, and then recently he lost his younger brother to violence. His younger brother was shot in a drug deal, and that hasn't been too long ago. So this family has really experienced a lot of tragedy. So I like to offer some prayers for this family and support for their family and friends because it's needed at this time. And Quando, 21 Savage decided to honor his little brother by tattooing that dagger on his forehead. And that's what the dagger represents, him honoring his little brother that was killed in a drug deal. So there's plenty of evidence to suggest that all the beefing and strife that comes with trying to earn a career, I think these young rappers see that if they beef with somebody, their numbers go up and they make more money. But with that also, that there's a parallel line to that success. If that's the way you choose to be successful, then death is also on that parallel line. So who wins in that scenario? Absolutely no one wins in that scenario. So again, our prayers and our condolences goes out to 21 Savage's family because they've experienced some serious loss. I can't imagine what it's. I've lost one brother to a car accident, and I couldn't imagine losing two to violence, to gun violence, and one being stabbed to death. And who's next on the line? Gucci and Jeezy. These brothers right here were impressive. They broke all kind of records. Broke records. You hear me? They broke records for the VMA Awards, MTV Awards, NBC's The Voice. Beat them all. Beat them all. Had over 9 million views. And then what impressed me the most is these two brothers had a 15-year-old beef, these two young kings. And instead of going on the Versus platform and extending the beef, it was a little rough at first. But Jeezy decided to take another route and squash the beef. And I thought that took a lot of courage. And Gucci was open to it. So what it did was show these youngins out here that's on the path to success and death at the same time. There's a better way to handle all of this. You can actually apologize and say this is no longer me. And the things that I stated before that I no longer agree with. And there's a better way to handle beef. Period. And they both left with their integrity intact, their manhood intact, and I'm sure they garnered a lot more respect from their listening community. So youngins, take heed. It doesn't take guns and beef to squash disagreements. And you can still get that fame, make that bag, get that bag without putting your life in jeopardy. You know, it's been done for years. It seems like the music industry is steady collecting souls, and none of you youngins see that you're worth more dead than alive. Let me say that again. You're worth more dead than alive. Your family loses, you lose. Every time. Same scenario, different faces. You're not going to be different. So if you want to keep turning that fire up on the stove, know that somebody's going to get burnt. And as an OG from Dallas said, you keep trying to keep campaigning, eventually you'll get elected. And no one wants to get elected when the stakes are so high. So like I said, I hope everybody comes with cooler heads will prevail. And that, what am I doing here? And that they can sit down or come to the table. If not even sit down, realize it's not worth it. They lose and their families lose. So you have to weigh all of that out. I want to ask everybody, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit that notification button. And I'll catch you on the next. Have a great holiday.